back to News and Views as we come to you live from Mindak Farmers Cooperative here in Wapaton, North Dakota. I'm Joel Heitkamp, your host. Amy and I are back in Fargo producing this show today. We're talking ag. We're talking what we do here in the Red River Valley. In fact, one of the people that I've known for years and worked in and around and with is Craig Rysavy with Dakota. Well, first off, you always got to check and make sure you get the name right because these guys are constantly growing. Northern Plains and Dakota Valley electric cooperatives. Craig, good to have you on News and Views.
Good morning.
It's probably that time of year when you and your cooperative are going to get word out about safety. A lot of things moving around some of those power lines right now.
Yeah, lots of activity whenever the rains have been breaking. There's a big rush going on in the field.
Yeah. Craig, how much growth have you seen? How much have you seen when it comes to what the needs of the cooperative is?
I think the last 10 years would multiply the 20 prior years to that many times over.
It's amazing to me.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, what's being asked of me. I want to tie in Mark Frost as well. He's a foreman from the Carrington area that works with Craig. Mark, good to have you on News and Views.
Good morning, Joe.
All your years of experience, did you ever think that everything was going to run by electricity?
Oh, absolutely not.
Everybody wants everything yesterday, and now it's all by electricity, Mark.
That's correct. Especially now after the wet conditions. Now we're really going to get swamped.
How much work did you get backed up in, Mark, in terms of what you were hoping to get done this spring versus what you were able to get done?
The work orders are piling up. Like I said, everybody wants to get stuff done like yesterday. And with this wet conditions that we have been having, it's just, it's not only my crew, it's going to be every crew at the co-op. It's just going to be backed up.
Mark, when trouble hits, they come your way. And they say, hey, I can't believe this happened, but it happened. If you had to give farmers some tips and say, hey, keep your eye out for this, keep a lookout for that, what would it be?
Well, when they're out in the field, I know, especially under these conditions, they're getting in a hurry. Then they're putting in 18, 20 hours a day. I don't know if it's the bigger machinery, the GPS units or whatever, but it's just to take your time, slow down a little bit, because it can get very dangerous out there. Yeah,
there's no question about that. Craig, you've talked about that with your people for years, and the amount of men and women you have working under you now is absolutely amazing. It's an issue with your crews as well, because you get backed up on your work, Craig.
Yep, that's right. And it affects everybody down the line that tied to any facility we install. The electricians that the consumer hires to do the work alongside of us, everybody gets backed up.
Now, I heard a report, and Craig, you can tell me whether this is true or not, but people get in a hurry when things are backed up and when the season gets backed up. And between Northern Plains and Dakota Valley service area, you're getting reports of 3 to 4 accidents a day. Is that true?
Yeah, we've had days with 3 or 4. We try to track those, from year to year, and when I guess I can think of a couple of days when the sun and the rain stopped for a day or two, and then people were able to get out in the field. And wow, all of a sudden our crews are taken away from other projects, and they're replacing poles or putting lines back up.
Yeah, I just think it's, if nothing else, if we can't do anything else in our conversation here today, at least we get them thinking about that. Mark, usually some of the things that you see that you got to go out and fix after it's busted, Mark, it's just people being in too big of a hurry, I would guess.
Oh, that's correct, Joel. Especially now, like I hate to keep going back to the being in a hurry because of the wet conditions, but I believe that's a lot of it. And I just tell everybody out there, for one thing, if you do have an accident out there and the power is down, the pole is down, or wire is down, don't even think about assuming that the power is off. You just have to stay with that vehicle at all times until a crew can get out there and assess the situation.
I think that's probably really good advice. And with cell phones nowadays, it makes it a lot easier than what it did in the old days, Mark.
That's correct, yeah. Those days you got out and walked for miles to get another farmstead.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Craig, in terms of industry, there was always a belief that some of the rural electrics never could keep up with some of the industry demands. We're broadcasting from Mindak today, and some of these farmers, when you go to their sites, they're major businesses. They got a lot of employees themselves. The shops themselves have a draw. Have you, as an industry, been able to keep up with the demands out there?
Oh, yes, we have. We have our own tools and equipment, and we have a lot of qualified contractors with good crews that we retain from year to year to assist in those projects. Without the outside assistance contractors, we would never get the job done.
I don't doubt it. Craig, if people want to know more about your company and what you do, where do they go? What's the website to go to for Northern Plains and Dakota Valley?
The website is the DakotaValley.com, and Northern Plains would be the NPlains.com.
Now, Mark, you got to work with these guys. You got the experience. You're a foreman, but are they still turning out some good new linemen? Are you still got the people you need to get the job done?
Definitely. We've got some good crew up here in Carrington, and we just got another young man here from the Minnesota country, the Pelican Rapids area, that does a good job for us. So it's good to get some young new blood in the crews.
I didn't know if they were. I know that out in the oil patch, there's a lot of people that are looking to the east to good men on crews and saying, hey, come on out, we'll pay you $1 or $2 more. And I didn't know if you'd lost any to the oil patch, Mark.
No, we haven't here locally. You hear rumors out in the western part of the state where some of the linemen have, especially the ones that's got a few years in, have quit early and went to the oil patch, yeah. But not around this Carrington area, no.
Craig Rysavy, Mark Frost, thank you so much for your time today on News and Views. I appreciate it.